Welcome to another episode of Bubblegum Connects, where we connect with artists, innovators, musicians, authors, and most importantly, we connect with you. Today, we're connecting with the editor-in-chief of newly minted Lewatle Magazine and the screenwriter and director of the Mzansi original movie Arian Josie. Everyone, this is Matt. Hi, Matt. I'm all right, thank you. Let's talk about Lewatle Magazine. It's advertised as a print magazine, so you're not digital at all.
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. But I do understand that at some point I will have to sort of adjust to the world because the world is pretty much digital. But at the moment, I'm still enjoying print. I love print, and Lewatle is a print magazine. Yeah.
Okay. Why did you decide to start with print and not immediately go into digital when we live in such a digital era and world?
Always had a thing for print, even when reading books, I can't really read soft copies. I'm always a print girl. Magazines, I had like a stack of magazines at home. So a thing for print is something that I grew up with, and it is special in my opinion. So I wanted to create something special, something that's not here anymore, and something that would people that still enjoy print would still appreciate. But I do understand that the world is digital right now, and yeah, man, I just did it for people who still enjoy print like myself. Yeah.
And what was the idea behind the whole concept of this magazine? What makes it different from Drum, GQ,
Yeah.
everything that's in the market?
Yeah, this is pretty much niche. It is to celebrate young filmmakers like myself. So Lewatle Magazine is a print magazine that celebrates young emerging filmmakers who are paving their way into the industry. So in the last 12 months, I had the privilege to connect with a lot of filmmakers, to make friends with a lot of filmmakers, and I saw that okay, this industry has a lot of things to give. And so I wanted Lewatle to focus on young people like myself who are telling stories in the film and TV industry and really just trying to make it bigger and better. Yeah.
So your first edition, it had the leading ladies from your movie, original movie, Ari Josie. Why that decision? Why didn't you go with something bigger or something well known like Shakir Lembe is big right now? Why did you decide to spotlight yourself? Which I did, Queen.
I didn't really spotlight myself. Josie was, man, it was a life-changing moment for me making Arian Josie. And I knew that for this first issue of Lewatle, it had to be something, number one, special, something very close to me. And come on, I just had wrote a whole movie and directed a whole Mzansi Magic movie. Why not that be the cover story of my first issue? I think it links well together. Yeah.
Okay. So then, how are you going to take Lewatle sort of across to South Africans? What is your plan to grow your audience to sort of get this magazine to become a household magazine that people go to the Hollywood Reporter sort of way?
I mean, right now, I literally just launched Lewatle 11 days ago, and the plan is to get it in stores for now because I think that's an easier way for people to get it. Because right now people want to order, and I'm like, okay, you can just order through EFT, and I have to deal with deliveries, and it's just a lot right now for a one-woman publication. So I'm trying to get it in stores, just so I mean, that means mass production, yes, and money and all that, which I will deal with it when I get there. But right now, I'm trying to get it in stores just so people can access it better. And once people see it on the racks, and they're like, oh, yes, they want the maps. Yeah. And then they get to, share it with their loved ones. And yeah. But then I think the goal of Lewatle is for it to be number one in stores, in people's homes, in people's cars, bedroom, coffee tables, like, it is a very timeless magazine, and I think people can keep it forever. I hope.
Let's talk about Ariane Josie. How did you tell us about the process? Writing the script, where did the idea come from, getting it greenlit, pitching it to producers, Mzansi, and then finally getting it made?
It was a long process, a beautiful process as well, because I learned a lot as someone who studied journalism. It was really my first time from the beginning till the end of making a whole 52 minutes movie. But the idea of Ariane Josie comes from, it is inspired by where I come from. I was born in Limpopo and raised in the Vaal. So when the Mzansi Magic channel came to our offices at the Multi Choice Talent Factory, and they were like, okay, we want your concept, we want something funny, something fun, something that, people can enjoy. And the first idea that I had, I knew it wasn't really gonna fly because it was the first time deep things. And I thought, my favorite movie is Girls Trip. And why not make it interesting and Ali and Josie be about girls from a village in Ramasamula in Limpopo coming to Johannesburg for the first time? I think that's exciting. That's something people would want to watch. What happens to these girls from Ramasamula coming to Johannesburg for the first time? Village girls in the whole city. So I think the whole idea, when I pitched it for the first time to my colleagues, it excited them. They were like, yes. And then they gave me reference movies. You should watch this and this and this. And I'm like, okay, maybe this might work. And then it was time to pitch to Zanzi Magic. I pitched it and they were enticed by it. They were like, yes, we are commissioning it. And I said, yes. And then it was time to write the script. I was my first time ever writing a script for TV. I didn't know what I was doing. But fortunately, I had co-writers, Lutando Gambule and Alex Polo. They were really, really great in helping me, with the structure of a script and all that. But I think all in all, I am a writer. I just didn't know how to write scripts for TV. So I just learned the whole structure. We put the scripts together. It was a beautiful script. It was big. It was beautiful. And then we pitched, then they liked it. And then it was time for auditions. We had open auditions. People came to audition for the three characters and others. And then we had our three leading girls. And I was like, yes, this is it. They really just embody the characters very well. And just shooting the movie was great. We shot it in a space of 6 days.
Oh, wow.
We shot Avengers in 6 days. It was a lot because it was moving locations and a lot of characters, background. And it was my first time directing as well. Everything was just a first time experience for me. So it was a lot. But I'm forever grateful for making Ali and Josie and it being on Zanzi Magic as my first movie, it being on such a big platform. It was beautiful to watch.
And how did you feel when it was finally out and people were watching it and talking about it?
Couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I kept like pinching myself. My name on that screen. Am I the director? Are you kidding me? The whole thing was surreal. I think overall, I am proud of myself for making Avengers. I think people enjoyed it. People had a good laugh and forgot about their problems for like 52 minutes. But yeah, I think, yeah, Avengers was nice.
And how was the directing process for you, especially because it was your first time? How did you navigate that?
I don't know how I did it. Even today, I still don't know how I did it. I don't want to lie. But I did have a co-director, Alex. And, at times where I felt like, this is too overwhelming for me, blocking the party scene because the party it's a big scene, I think it was a bit too much for me, but I could just be like, Alex, just help me out. And he's like, yeah, sure. So I think the first time directing wasn't so bad. And I think what didn't make it so bad is because I wrote the script. So when you're writing, you're sort of just imagining it like the blocking in your head. So when it's time for like blocking and directing, it's not that difficult.
So you started Lewatle Magazine, and you're also working as like a sort of filmmaker, right? What made you decide in this sort of economy to start a business and just take that risk that people are so often afraid to take?
Think for me, I don't think about Lewatle as a business. I only started thinking about it as a business when I had to register it and it being like an actual thing. And I'm like, oh, damn, this is a business. But initially, it was just a passion project. I've always wanted to do this thing. I've got the connects, I've got the resources. Let me just do it. But right now, I'm starting to feel like it is a business because now the deliveries, I'm using my own money. I guess it's growing pains, but I'm using my own money and I'm realizing, okay, this might be bigger than I thought. But I'm just taking it one step at a time. I'm not in a rush to make money or to be like out there. I'm surprised you noticed me even because I honestly I just thought of Liwat as a passion project, something I've always wanted to do. And if people receive it well, great. And if they don't, okay, this is for me anyway. But yeah, I didn't think of it as a business at first until now.
And then what is your vision for its growth besides going digital? Who can we expect on the next issues? How many issues can we expect per year? Like, can we expect a YouTube channel? What's your focus for and vision for the one?
Think right now I need help, you know, and help in a sense of, like I mentioned, it is a one woman publication. I do everything on my own. And I'm starting to realize that it's okay to ask other creatives for help. I mean, if you're good in like photography, come through, for the like the cover of the first issue. I wanted to do everything on my own, but I'm like, no, I've got a good photographer who can like just put that stress off me a little bit so I can focus on directing it, and not necessarily doing the filming and the shooting. So I think right now I want to expand Liwate in terms of like people putting in their minds together and it making it bigger. But yeah, I think I want to start there first. Let me get a team of creatives who are as passionate about Lewate as I am, and then together we will see where we take it. But Lewate will be a monthly issue. I want it to be a monthly issue. I'm already working on the second issue.
Can you give us
Exciting
some
things.
tea in what we can expect?
Just bigger and better issue. This one is going to be bigger, and I have also just started approaching a few creators to come help, and yeah, hopefully we take it far. Yeah.
And what sort of publications are you looking at for inspiration in terms of where you want to see yourself, the level you want to see yourself grow to?
Think Glamour. Glamour magazine is doing well. True Love has always been one of my favorites as well. Ikawe is doing more or less the same thing, of which I'm in love. I'm obsessed with their content as well. And yeah, man, other like Vogue, Lamin Lewat is giving Vogue. Yeah, so I'm just looking at those, bigger publications and just drawing inspiration from them, and hopefully I will get there. Yeah.
So, if there's someone out there who's sort of like struggling to take the risk, whether it's trying to make a film or pitching it or wanting to start something, you know, that's not out there, like what advice would you give them?
Funny enough, I tweeted something a few days ago and I said, like the possibility of having a dream come true makes life very interesting, and fun. And I'm one person who encourages people to follow their dreams, to literally chase your wildest dream. And that's something that I did with Lewatle. It was one of my wildest dreams. And I'm like, you know what, let me just chase it. So I think one thing that I always tell people is that there's just one life. You know, you only have one life, so why are you not running like you're on fire towards your wildest dreams? Yeah. So I think just chase your dreams, man. Chase your dreams. Go for it. You are capable and they are possible.
What else can we expect to see from Maps besides the next issue? Can we expect to see more projects on film? Something you studied journalism? Can we expect to see, something in the newspapers?
I think in terms of journalism, Lewatle is definitely quenching my journalism thirst. But I'm a writer, I'm a script writer, and I am writing scripts right now. Um, and just seeing where I can take them, you know. But now that I have a business, a production business, I can actually write and produce things under my own business. So I'm excited for that. And you will be seeing a lot of me on your screens or my name or something. I don't know, but there is definitely more coming. I'm not sure if Avengers is on catch up. But for you to order the first issue of Lewatle, you can follow Lewatle Magazine on social media and Instagram to be specific, and then DM us, and then we'll just give you the EFT details and we will get it to you.
Thank you for watching another episode of Bubblegum Connects. We'll see you next time. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment down below.